Welcome to English Focus. Improve your practical English with interesting and engaging character stories.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric. Nice to see you again. In today's episode, I will continue to talk about my flight experience on the plane. If you haven't seen the first part of my video, check out the links in the description below. Now, let's hear the rest of my story. When I got on the plane, a friendly flight attendant helped me find my seat and stowed my carry-on bag in the compartment above my head. Before takeoff, the flight attendants provided safety instructions, demonstrating seat belts, oxygen masks, and emergency procedures. My seat was by the window. As the plane taxied down the runway and lifted off, I watched the cityscape shrink below, feeling a rush of excitement. Once we reached cruising altitude, I unfastened my seatbelt and explored the in-flight entertainment system. I watched a movie to pass the time. After a while, the crew members pushed out the trolleys carrying meals and drinks for dinner. The flight attendants inquired my meal preference. I opted for a chicken curry rice served with a small bowl of mixed salads, a small tart for dessert, and a bottle of water. When the night approached, the flight attendants switched off the light. My neighbor, a gentleman, asked me politely if he could turn on the light above him to read a book. I promptly encouraged him to. I decided to sleep early. I covered myself with a soft blanket. I put on my headset to listen to music, then nodded off. When I woke up, I sneaked a peek outside the small window. The sun just began to rise, and the view was stunning. I went to the toilet, and there was already a line of people waiting. I quickly washed my face and brushed my teeth, allowing the next passenger to go in sooner after me. For breakfast, I had some bread with butter, an apple, and a cup of hot coffee. The food came in small containers which were neat and fresh. I really liked them. As we approached France, the flight attendants made final rounds, ensuring everyone was prepared for landing. I fastened my seatbelt and secured my belongings. The plane shuddered as it entered some turbulence. The plane touched down smoothly, and after taxiing to the gate, I gathered my belongings. The passengers orderly lined up to exit the plane. I said goodbye to the flight attendants, and they wished me a good stay. Though the flight was long, my journey on the plane was great thanks to all the friendly and experienced crew members. I walked to the baggage carousel and picked up my luggage, feeling excited to see my parents. Thank you for listening to my story. I'll be back with new journeys and experiences to help you improve your English. See you next time.
To help you understand Eric's speech better, let's delve into some interesting and useful vocabulary related to airports and flights, as well as some phrasal verbs, with simple definitions and examples. Flight attendant is a person who works on an airplane, helping passengers and ensuring safety. Example: the flight attendant brought me a blanket when I felt cold. To stow is to put something away in a safe or neat place. Example: she stowed her backpack under the seat during the bus ride. Compartment is a small section or space designed for storing items. Example: he put his tools in the compartment of his workbench. Takeoff is the moment when an airplane leaves the ground and starts flying. Example: the plane's takeoff was smooth and quick. To demonstrate is to show or explain how something works or is done. Example: the chef demonstrated how to prepare the dish step by step. Emergency procedures are steps to follow in case of an emergency to ensure safety. Example: the school held a drill to practice emergency procedures for a fire. To taxi down is when an airplane moves slowly on the ground before taking off or after landing. Example, the plane taxied down the runway to get into position for takeoff. Cruising altitude is the height at which an airplane flies during the main part of the flight. Example, once the plane reached cruising altitude, passengers could move about the cabin. To shudder is to shake suddenly and briefly. Example, the old car shuddered as it started up on a cold morning. Turbulence means bumpy or irregular air movement that can cause a plane to shake. Example, the flight had a bit of turbulence as it passed through a storm. To touch down is the moment when an airplane lands and makes contact with the ground. Example, the plane touched down smoothly after a long flight. Baggage carousel is a moving belt where passengers pick up their checked luggage at the airport. Example, she waited by the baggage carousel for her suitcase to arrive. We appreciate your engagement throughout this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, give a like, and click on notification, so you won't miss out on our new videos.